concerned about playing as talented a team as the Jackrabbits are in their home, in front of 6,000 people. We discussed it before the game. That was the focus of our discussion. We felt an early start could take them out of it. We played them 2 years ago, the same thing, and we got a big jump early and took the crowd out. We came out 25-9, and they did get into it a couple times after that, but we were never in jeopardy. So I'm very, very pleased with the way we played. Obviously, I have a great basketball team that played great tonight, and when we play at that level, we're pretty good.
Okay, let's open up questions for the players. Drew Valentine on the far right, and Reggie Hannibal in the middle. Go ahead.
Drew, Terry Vanderbeck with the Detroit Free Press tonight. You're supposed to be the defensive guy, but to talk about your game offensively and just what happened for you?
Tonight I just was just trying to be aggressive. I feel like I'm a bigger asset to the team when I'm aggressive offensively and defensively. I think that I started off the game and I got that steal with the dunk, and I think that that just got me into the rhythm. And coach was just talking before the game about how we wanted to come on and rebound, and he asked me to get some rebounds, and I think me getting like offensive rebounds and just rebounding myself helped. Get overall game.
Reggie Dan Fighter with the Oakland Post. Just talk about the pace of this game tonight. Obviously you're an offensive, up-tempo team. You don't want to slow it down. It's just how to get off to that good start.
I think we did a great job with the tempo of the game. I think our assist-to-turnover ratio was 22-4, something like that. So I think we did a great job of handling that pace today. And with a team like Jackrabbits, we know that that's a big part of it, is controlling the pace and the tempo. And I think we did a great job of that tonight.
Drew, Stu, when you get there as leader, can you kind of echo what Coach Campy said about trying to take the crowd out of it early? Because you guys are pretty good at jumping up against other teams, and it just seemed like it took a lot of life out of the building when you guys got that big lead.
Yeah, we knew the crowd was going to be a big factor in today's game. And, we just wanted to come out and be aggressive offensively and defensively and, get rebounds. And, that's a staple of our program, it's defensive rebounding. And Coach talks about that, before every game, but tonight especially because it's tournament time. We had to come out and do that, and I think that we came out and did accomplish that.
Any other questions for the players? Okay, gentlemen, thank you.
Thank you.
Now let's go ahead and open it up to questions for Coach Campy.
Coach Brian Ingerson, WXAU. How do you assess the job that your variety guys did on Nate Walters tonight?
Well, he's not the guy I was worried about, all right? We let him get his. He's our point guard, and we believe that when point guards score a lot of points against us, that's a good thing. We wanted to stop Sargent, and Travis Bader will never get the credit for this, but he completely shut that kid down. And I think Sargent's one of the best players in the league. I'm so glad we don't have to ever see him again. He's always played good against Oakland, and Bader did one heck of. I don't think Sargent had very many points for late in the game. And Bader hounded him every shot he made. Everything was tough. And that's a kid. Bader's a kid. Everybody talks about his shooting, but at 6'4", he really did a heck of a job guarding Sargent. And that was the focus of our defense, was to stop Sargent. Walters, I think he can do a lot of stuff with, but he's going to get his. And he's just an unbelievably good player, so we didn't care.
Coach, anytime there's a lopsided score, you can go up. Did one team play bad? Did one team play great? How good were you guys tonight, in your opinion?
We wanted to get to play more. It doesn't matter. We won. So, if I sit here and tell you we were awesome, and tomorrow we play like crap, it doesn't mean anything. So, I think that we are a very, very good basketball team, and I think we had our A game tonight.
Coach, talking about Drew Valentine specifically tonight, career high, saved the best game of his career for his tournament here.
Right. I think that their focus defensively was not on him, and we were able to exploit that. And he got some good looks, and he got some wide open threes. And Val is, if you look at it, he's a 40-some% three-point shooter now. So to give a guy that's a 40% three-point shooter the looks he had, he's probably going to make some. And once he got it going, he really felt good about his game, as he said.
Coach, they did make a little bit of a run in the first half at one point and got the crowd into it. I thought you took a good time out at that point just to sort of take the air out of it. Is that
You're
I'm
managing
surprised,
the
I'm surprised I took it, because I believe that I have to have all of them left when the game's over. That's how I always believe. So that, 'cause I'm always afraid we're gonna lose, and I always want timeouts in case we're in trouble. But at that point, for some reason, something in my mind said we need one. Because it had gone from 20 to, I think, 13 or 12, and we got back to 19, although it did, I think the half was 16. So that was an unusual timeout for me, and I think our fans get very frustrated at the fact that I usually don't call them. But for some reason tonight I did.
Before the season, you told me you thought that Drew could be the breakout player maybe for Oakland this year. Would you even imagine that he would have this kind of impact now in the Summit League tournament?
Well, this isn't his first good game. I mean, it's his first good game on the big stage, but he's been very good. I mean, you know, we've done very well this year and beat some really good teams, and he's been a big part of that.
Mark, you have a question?
Mark Oakland from KDLT. How important was your early season schedule against some pretty tough opponents to get you ready for
Well, that's what we talked about in the locker room. I said, this is 6,000 people. This isn't 22 at Tennessee or 16 in the Breslin Center or 21 at Ohio State. This is 6,000 people. So, we talked about it. You're the number one seed in the tournament. You got to play, against a home team. You just get nervous about that. So I probably put more into it than it was, and they took care of it for me. I didn't.
Coach, South Dakota State's gotten better since they've been in the league, but 2 or 3 years they've reached the semis and play you and come up well short. From your vantage point, what are they missing yet to kind of make that next?
Well, they scare me because they remind me so much of us. This is our 10th year that we're eligible for this tournament. And I think what they have to understand, and their fans have to understand, we've now been in the championship game 5 of those 10 years. I think that's pretty good. And I think our fans should be very pleased and happy about that. But the first 3 years we were eligible, we got beat opening night in this tournament all 3 years. It's hard to win here. It's a whole different environment. And what we learned is that we don't look like it maybe because of the way we play, but you have to defend and rebound to win championships. And it's, we win with our offense. We're second in the country in scoring points. But I think we get good stops. I think when we need stops, we get them. And I just think that they've got, boy, that big freshman they got's a good player, and the point guard's a great player. They got some good players. They're probably missing a couple pieces. They're losing a great player in Sargent. And Moss is he's an athlete that they don't have a lot of athletes. So they're losing those 2 pieces. But I think they just have to have patience and understand that, these things, everybody else has scholarships and everybody else wants to win too. And, just look at us. 3 years in a row we got beat in the first game, and now we've been in the last 7 championship games, we've been in 5 of them. And the other thing is, our first year in this league, we won the league championship. But we didn't get to play in this tournament because we looked like they were a couple of years ago. They played a league schedule but couldn't go to the tournament. We won a championship, couldn't go to the tournament. So you just have to have patience. It's nothing easy about this. It's not easy.
You talk about your 3rd year in a row in the conference, the tournament final here. Is it just business as usual for you guys right now?
Every kid has dreams. Every team is different. Every kid has dreams. Reggie Hamilton's never played an NCAA tournament. Never. This is his first year. Travis Baker, although he dressed at it last year, he was redshirt, he didn't play. Brian Bass hasn't played. So this is a different team. And you can't go about your business like that. And again, you go about it. I just told them, we haven't, our model is win today. We haven't won today yet. There's still tonight. We have to go fuel, eat, rest, and then get mentally ready. And then tomorrow when they wake up, if they've done that, then we won today. And then tomorrow we have to win tomorrow. And then if we do, then, we reap the benefits. But when you look ahead and do things and think like that, you're just going to get knocked off your spot so fast.
Couple more questions?
Can you talk about the benefits of having that day in between as being your number 1 seed?
I think tomorrow we'll see those. If Oral Roberts wins, then there is no benefit. If PUI wins, then hopefully we have a benefit. If they beat us, then there is no benefit. Who knows if there is or not. Our guys are geeked and ready to go. I think we could play. In Indiana, when I grew up, they played 2 games a day in their state tournament. I used to, that was basketball. You play in the morning and then come back and play in the afternoon. So hopefully the day of rest will help us. It was a fast-paced game. I got tired watching. You guys had to get tired, right? And I know how you couldn't keep up now.
One more question. I guess that's it.